everybody, and welcome to the TRWC Tailgate Party. I am your host, Majestic Marie, and because of popular demand, we had to bring him back for a second week in a row. Mr. Ray All Day, how are you doing?
Hey, what's up? Thank you for all the support. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We had so much fun last week, and we had to do it again and bring you on.
Thank
It's going to be an interesting show. There's a little bit of news before we get into the show today, but first of all, let me take care of the business side of things. Got to fulfill my obligations to the Real Wrestling Community Facebook page. They are a page over on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, they're on Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, go over there and check them out. They cover the news, they cover all the pay-per-views, all the wrestling you can think of. They do a really great job over there, and they are very kind to let me stream on their platform every Wednesday. So go check those guys out. And also, I have my own separate show as well on Peaches and Power Bombs on Facebook and YouTube. So go check that out as well. Ray, do you have any updates on your or?
I don't want to give away too much, but it's going to be a wrestling podcast incorporating with music. So it's going to be something different. I'm hoping by June is my target date to get everything.
Okay. That sounds really interesting. You said wrestling and music.
Yeah.
You might have to maybe try to land an interview with Mikey Ruckus or something.
Exactly.
That would be really cool.
That would be awesome.
All right, guys. So we have some sad news this week in the world of wrestling. It always seems to come in twos or threes, and so far it's twos and hopefully no more. But we are wanting to share our condolences with the family, friends, and fans of both Ole Anderson, who passed away on Monday, and also Virgil, who passed away this morning, I believe. I think is when it was confirmed. So sad day, sad week in the wrestling world. Were you a fan of either one of these gentlemen?
I liked Virgil a lot. He was a good guy. I know he's going through some financial difficulties. I know he was kind of sick too.
Yeah, I think he had been suffering with dementia for the past 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, so I was kind of like, I didn't know how severe it was. And Ole Anderson, big Horseman fan, so
of course.
Well, so yeah,
very sad, very sad. I think I have, I think my brother-in-law got one of my WrestleMania DVDs signed by Virgil one time, so that's pretty cool. I have that somewhere. Oh, it's right there. It's right over there. Anyway, I'm not going to get it out, but that's a pretty cool treasure to have. I don't know, I remember Virgil with the $1 Million Man, of course. In the corporation there, and Ole Anderson, of course, was with the Four Horsemen, so that was very fundamental for the wrestling business. So we want to give our condolences out to those guys, and I think Jay Briscoe says it best.
Reach for the sky, boy.
So, little tribute to those guys. Next up, a little bit some interesting news came out about Mr. MJF. He was supposed to be a part of some kind of a con or something in Kentucky or whatever it was. But anyway, he was supposed to be doing a fan signing in Kentucky on March the 3rd, which we all know what March the 3rd is. It's Revolution, and he was pulled from this event, and he will no longer be able to attend. So do you think that perhaps he will be making his triumphant return to AEW at Revolution?
I think it's a huge telltale sign, because I didn't think he was really that hurt. I know he was doing some, aches and pains, some bumps and bruises, but it wasn't like he needed surgery. It's more of just like a healing recoup thing. So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I heard the same news about him pulling out, so it's just kind of ironic. It's the same day, so
yeah. I mean, if you wanted to keep it hush hush, scheduling yourself for a fan signing on the same day and then having to be pulled out, that news is going to leak out. I mean, we're going to know about this.
I don't know who his manager is, but the timing wasn't the best for him to, pull out of something where it's going to get leaked.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun and speculation. We obviously there's nothing confirmed about his return on Revolution, but it very well could happen. Both Wardlow will be on the show as well as Roderick Strong. I don't think any other members of the Undisputed Kingdom have any matches on the show, but those two definitely do. He definitely has beef with both of them, probably the most with Wardlow, the longest history anyway. So,
100%.
We don't know what's going to happen with Mr. MJF. And I've been trying to find this out. Is there any timetable on Adam Cole and when he will be back or ready or whatever? He's been on the shelf for a long time.
I'm hearing like May. They're saying like
May.
April, early May.
Okay.
Like, he's getting, better and better. I know he's rehabbing. He's going to physical therapy, and yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Because it wasn't this massive injury. It wasn't like he had to get spinal surgery or something like that. It was just a ankle. So, I mean, I don't know how long it takes to heal. Knock wood, it hasn't happened to me, but
right.
I can't imagine it being longer than that.
So if you were Tony Khan, Ray, and you have MJF waiting in the wings, and his biggest beef, no disrespect to Wardlow or Roderick Strong, but his biggest beef would be with Adam Cole because he was his best friend and he stabbed him in the back. Would you go ahead and pull the trigger on MJF at Revolution, or would you wait until Adam Cole is healthy in May?
Great question. Believe it or not, what I would do is do like what he did with the whole devil mask. I would put little teasers out there. I would play his music on the 3rd, make it seem like he's there, and have like a little MJF sign or something that pops up, and then nothing happens, and like coming for you or something like that. That would entice.
Maybe during the Wardlow match, and he'll get distracted, and he'll end up losing to one of the other two that are going to be in that match.
Yeah, something like that. Or cause Roderick to lose, something like that. And then eventually really come back full time, like I said, in April or May and attack Adam Cole. So Adam Cole could take a bump and,
So this could just be a ruse, right?
Could be a ruse. Could be a ruse. It would make more sense for him to go at it with Adam first.
Right.
Unless he does the break your foundation down brick by brick. And, let me go after Warlow, then Roddy, then you. You could do it that way too. There's 2 angles you could take, I guess.
Yeah, and I think either way would work. I think I would rather him wait, like do the little teaser thing like you were saying at first, and then go directly after Adam. But him, like you said, going after the foundation brick by brick, that could work too. So
the one.
The possibilities are endless. I do know one thing. It's about time for something exciting to happen with the Undisputed Kingdom again. No offense to Adam Cole or anything, but it is really hard when your front man / manager-ish type is hurt and he can't take any bumps or he can't wrestle or anything like that, and he comes out there hopping on one foot and has to sit in a chair. It kind of has an unappealing it doesn't look all that great. So something needs to happen soon to energize that group again and get them off to the races when it comes to MJF. So I'm excited about it.
Threatening at all. I agree. I call a spade a spade. Like right now, the way he's coming across being in the chair, like you said, doesn't give that group that heat. They don't look threatening. They're not dominating.
Mm-hmm.
He can't take any bumps. So, yeah, I agree with you 100%. Like, they've got to, work that around him for the time being and, focus on other people because, right now, they're just not a faction that people are like, oh, man, Undisputed Kingdom, those guys are on fire.
Right. And lately it's just been kind of like, there. And Wardlow seems like he's not always with them either.
Yeah.
Like last week when he cut that really great heated promo, besides the fact that he was wearing the shirt, if he wasn't wearing that shirt, I would have probably forgotten that he was even with them.
100%. I would have thought he was just a guy that just turned heel and is on his own.
Right.
Made it all about him and him trying to get his just due. And it wasn't anything about, hey, Undisputed Era, we're going to dominate. We're looking to take over the AEW world. No, it's about him. So that's kind of weird. It was a great heel promo, but it was about him.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's kind of the fire he needs, though. He's been his road in AEW has been very rocky. So it seems like sometimes once he starts getting going, and then it's like he gets yanked back, and bad. He cut the hair. I'm telling you, Samson of AEW got his hair cut.
Horrible. That's the worst move he could have done.
MJF was his Delilah, I guess.
I'm going to remember that later.
Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you, MJF Delilah just destroyed him.
I know, for real. Awful. Okay, so we have some people in the chat that we want to say hello to. We have Harry Taylor from Straight Up Wrestling Show. Go check those guys out, by the way, if you haven't yet. And he says, hello, Marie and Ray. And we say hello back.
What's up?
Our good friend Shane is here, and he says, R.I.P. Ole Anderson and Virgil. Absolutely. And Ole was a big part of the Four Horsemen, but his legacy is with his wrestling brother, Gene Anderson. There's not a better tag team to ever step foot in the wrestling ring. Nice little history lesson there. And Christine says, hello, guys. How are we doing tonight? And she makes a very good point, talking about MJF, that he can play head games just like Adam Cole did with the whole devil mask.
100%. That would make more sense if he does it like that, like the little vignettes.
Right.
The big return. But he's got to start little piecemeals, little piece by piece. The third would be his first one.
Absolutely. And your biggest fan, Timothy, is here, and he says Ray Dean and Christian Cage for Father of the Year.
Thank you, I think. I don't know if I want to be the same category as Christian, but thank you for the compliment.
Well, he's taken Nick Wayne under his wing, and he's training him up in the way he should go.
100%. I think your hat weighs more than Nick Wayne.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God. He's another one. It's horrible. Not a Nick Wayne fan, too. Sorry.
Okay. That is going to be a lot of fun to talk about here in a few minutes.
Well, that will be hysterical. I wrote one-liners.
Have someone chase him around the arena and then just disappear. Maybe. Timothy, of course, is going off about his favorite female wrestlers. We're hoping that Jamie Hayter comes back soon. Why not have the Young Bucks in all black join MJF as his henchmen and use the devil gimmick against Adam Cole and the Kingdom? I don't hate the idea, but I think the Young Bucks will not go for that. They are too full of themselves. They are not going to be somebody's sidekick.
Yeah, you got the wrong guys.
Yeah, because when they were in the Elite, it was very clear that they were on the same level as Kenny Omega. So I don't see them doing that. But the idea of two little henchmen being with MJF to go up against Adam Cole and the Kingdom, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I just don't see it being the Young Bucks.
No, it could be anybody else.
And Christina's not a fan of Christian.
I'm with you 100%. I give you 2 thumbs up on that one.
I like it, but I've always been a someone who likes the bad guys. So
They're bad guys, just not him.
Okay, so are you ready for the show?
I am ready.
All right. We got to get hyped up.
I am hyped as it gets.
Ain't no way, chick. There ain't no way, man. Ain't no way y'all could possibly be ready.
You can say you're ready as many times as you want.
That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Y'all boys ain't ready.
There's no way, man.
That never gets old.
Never.
All right, so first off, your two favorite people in the whole world.
Well,
I think they call this an open challenge, but how can it be an open challenge when they already announced who it's going to be that the champion's going to face? But I guess they can call it anything they like. It's an AEW International Championship match with Orange Cassidy, 11 pounds, versus Nick Wayne,
who's
what,
11.5 pounds.
11 and a half. Okay, so
You got
he's
20 pounds of men wrestling. That's going to be great.
Oh yeah, they're going to bounce right off those ropes, aren't they? They're not even going to move.
Yeah. It's like a hay versus a stick. Great. I love to see that.
So, besides his
fly over the ring.
So besides his size, what is it about Orange Cassidy that just sets you off besides his size?
He's got a Napoleon complex. That drives me nuts.
Okay.
Because he thinks he's built like Powerhouse Hobbs. And like, maybe Powerhouse Hobbs toe, but not Powerhouse Hobbs the man.
Not like, even the big toe, right? It's the little toe.
The pinky toe. He's got that. Like, he thinks he's Lance Archer or Warley. He thinks he's that guy. And I'm like, dude, look in the mirror. Like, you're 11 pounds. Like, I don't understand.
But is that entirely his fault? Because apparently Tony Khan is on board the Orange Cassidy train. And he just thinks he's the best thing since sliced bread.
If I could get one wish, 5 minutes with Tony Khan to shake him up and say, what are you thinking? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. He doesn't have that Shawn Michaels mystique. Shawn Michaels isn't a big guy.
Right.
But had an aura about him. He carried himself a certain way.
Well, so neither is Adam Cole either.
When he was part of, the Undisputed Era, he's not a big guy either. But the way he carried himself, the way his moves, Cassidy does big man moves for a little guy. If he was doing more smaller man maneuvers, I don't know if I'm phrasing it properly, but his demeanor, his moves are just like, come on, dude, stop. Like, that orange punch wouldn't hurt your cat.
Poor Gray.
Yeah, I know. I would swat it off and start beating him up. I got your cat in that fight easily.
Well, I think that Gray could beat up like Powerhouse Hobbs in a heartbeat because that cat is ruthless. But so
Orange Cassidy would be like a warm up.
Right. He'd got to warm himself up and then he moves on.
I'm there. Put that on a pay-per-view. I'd watch that before I watch Nick Wayne and Orange Cassidy. I'd rather watch Gray and OC. Let's get for the belt, though. I want to see him lose the belt to Gray.
Okay, Gray for international champion.
So let's go, Gray.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Tony Khan, if you're listening, please. Gray OC international title. Let's go. Let's make
next week at Collision, so I can be there to see it.
You'll be the manager.
Oh yes, obviously.
I'll be there. I will be there with bells on. Let's go.
Yes, that would be hilarious. Orange Cassidy, I'm on the fence with him. Sometimes I find him amusing, where I'm like, okay, the stupid little kicks, and the whole hands in the pocket thing is, it makes me chuckle and grin a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but sometimes it gets a little monotonous, and I'm like, okay, you shouldn't be defeating these huge guys like Wardlow, and I don't know who else it was, maybe Lance Archer one time, and these really big guys that should totally be squishing this dude in no time at all and just beating them. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Like, what am I watching?
Like, right. Now, sometimes the underdog story is really cool and everything. Like, if over in WWE they decide to have Chad Gable overcome and finally beat Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship, it's the ultimate underdog story. But they haven't presented Chad Gable like he can just beat these big guys with a flip of his wrist. You know what I mean? So it's completely different. I just wish they would be a little bit more realistic in their presenting. There's nothing wrong with having Orange Cassidy part of just your roster, and I'm not even saying he has to lose all the time. It just seems like they're turning him into Brock Lesnar, and he's not Brock Lesnar. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. And Chad Gable has a good look to him. Like, he's in great shape. Even though he's not a big guy, he's very muscular. He's defined. Like, he looks like he could beat some people. You know,
Right.
like the guy that delivered your Instacart grocery delivery guy. No. He looks like the guy that, you have him like clean your car at the car wash. Like, no. Like, he doesn't look incredible. I'm sorry. He could work. He's got some decent moves. I'm glad he finally talks, because that no talking thing was driving me nuts.
Yeah, and he's not bad on the microphone either.
No,
I've liked his promos.
I like his promo. He actually could speak. So, I'm not going to say he's a horrible worker or he's sloppy in the ring or, he doesn't, what he's doing, but his whole persona and the jeans and the pockets, I'm sorry. I just can't. It'll take a lot for me to be on his side. I just can't. Sorry.
Well, he's just not your. He's just not for you.
He's just not for me. I respect him. God bless you.
Sorry.
I respect him as a worker, and I think he's very talented in the way he works, and I think he works good, but he's just not my cup of tea. He's just not.
Randy Mate says that they didn't say any more about Ric Flair going into the Young Bucks dressing room. Yeah, I think that was last week.
Yeah.
Was that last week?
That was last week. I don't know.
Okay. So Dynamite hasn't happened yet, so we don't know. We could get another piece of the puzzle tonight.
Yeah.
Timothy's saying that Nick Wayne's mom can beat Orange Cassidy for the title. I don't know about that.
Well, no. She's annoying too. Not a fan of her either.
Harry says the smaller guys are usually the guys with the most punching power, so Orange Cassidy may shock you, Ray, but I agree with you though, Tony. Tony Khan is pushing him to the moon and he doesn't deserve it. I wouldn't say he doesn't deserve it. I'm just saying that he shouldn't be treated like he's Brock Lesnar.
No, I agree. He doesn't deserve it. I agree. He doesn't deserve it. I'm sorry. He just doesn't.
Oh, where is it?
How rude.
Okay, I was looking at some comments. Shane says, can't believe the disrespect for the wrestler of the year, Orange Cassidy. He's about as big around as one of Lesnar's legs. That's funny stuff. Okay, so next up on the list, we have Chris Jericho fighting someone I've never heard of before. All I know about this dude is he is one of the CMLL guys. That's all I know.
The only Atlantis I know is the one in Aruba, the casino. I have no idea who this person is.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's a luchador. He's from Mexico. CMLL is a Mexico.
I'm familiar with that. I'm familiar with the league to some extent.
Yeah.
The great high flyer. Maybe he's good. I have no idea.
Don't know. I guess we're gonna have to tune in to find out.
Where's the storyline with this? This makes no sense. This is like just so random.
See, Jericho is feuding with the Don Callis family still, isn't he?
Yeah. So is this guy a Don Callis temporary? Like, I don't get this one. Like, what is this even about?
I don't either. I don't know. I think it's just.
I have no idea. Jericho has to win, I assume.
I guess it's just to get Jericho on the card somewhere, because we really haven't seen much of him in the past week or so, have we?
No, we haven't.
So,
he looked physically. He lost weight. He's in good shape, but
that's good.
I don't know.
He didn't look like he was in the best shape on his cruise back a month ago. So hopefully. But anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We have our one women's match on the card. Chris Statlander versus Sky Blue. I haven't watched much of Rampage. Have they been going around in circles, these two? Because I heard something about this being a best of 3, or is this the start of the best of 3?
Willow, because Stokely helped her.
Yes.
I don't know if Stokely's going to help Sky Blue now, because I know her and Chris Statlander aren't on the best of terms. I don't know.
I don't see him helping Sky Blue unless... Does it look like to you they're trying to turn Willow heel? They put her with a heel manager, and then he cheats for her to win.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get her to turn on Chris and join Sky Blue. But
okay.
It would make a horrible heel.
Yeah, Willow...
People that it won't work. She doesn't have that in her. She's a smoking hot heat babyface. Like, she just can't.
Right. Like, I don't know. Her positive energy just oozes out of her.
Way too positive, way too outgoing. She just exudes personality. No, you can't.
She would have to do a complete, like, I don't know, turn. Like, it would have to be drastic.
Yeah.
Not just the same thing with her just having a meanie face like some of these people do. Yeah, she would have to be completely drastic in her turn. I don't know if it would work. Yeah, I don't know if I would want it to work either.
I met her in Vegas for the AEW pay-per-view they have in May. I forgot what that was called. The pay-per-view, not Forbidden Door, All Out. And sweet as can be. Nicest person, very friendly, very outgoing. I'm like, there's no way someone like her could be heel. She just doesn't have it in her. Even like in her real persona, she's just not that type of person. So I don't know. They'd have to really work hard to ramp that up.
Yeah. It would have to be completely different. But this match should be good. Sky Blue has been paying her dues lately. She has been probably a part of, in some kind of a match, in some kind of fashion, every single week for the past year or so. She's been really working hard. So I want to give her props. She's been putting in the work. All right. What do these folks in our comment section have to say? Timothy says Atlantis Jr. has a great family wrestling background. Okay, good for him.
I'm sure he's a great guy. I just know who he is. No disrespect to him or his family. I don't know who he is. So nope. I'm going to be on your show and say, oh, I know him. He's done this, this, and this. I don't know who he is.
Didn't Jericho get hurt? I'm guessing not, unless it was just like maybe he tweaked something and he was just gone for about 3 weeks. That's all I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Jericho being hurt. But, you know, sometimes I miss things, so who knows. Timothy said that this match was announced on Collision this past Saturday night. Okay. And Christina's agreeing with us. No way she could be a heel. Shane says that he'd rather see Chris Statlander turn heel.
That would make more sense.
Yeah. And in the graphic for that match too, she looks more like the heel. She looks more like a heel than Willow Nightingale does.
100%.
Harry says Sky has been wrestling everybody. Chris Statlander and Willow are weird with that manager. I forgot his name. Stokely Holloway. He's also the general manager of Ring of Honor, I believe, as well. Because him and Eddie Kingston, sometimes when Eddie Kingston actually shows up on Ring of Honor anyway, they kind of go, yeah. So, yeah, he's definitely a heel manager, and it's weird to see two faces with him. Very odd. All right, next up. This will be interesting. Will Ospreay is all elite. I don't know if this means that Will Ospreay is making an appearance or if they're just showing us a video package about Will Ospreay being all elite, but it's on the card, and there it is. Are you excited about Will Ospreay coming over to AEW?
Huge, big Will Ospreay fan. I don't know how this is going to work. Him being part of the Don Callis family. I don't know if he's going to break away from those guys and go his own way. Because there's no way this is going to end with like the best man win type of thing. I can't see them like, hey, we're still part of the family, but may the best man win type of thing. There's no way. Will's going to beat him, and I think he's going to, the Callis family may attack him after the match.
Well, Ospreay has never actually said that he was part of the Don Callis family. I think he just aligned with him when he was going up against Jericho.
Oh,
And, kind of like the enemy of my enemy is my friend type of thing. That's the way it looked. It never looked like he was actually part of the Don Callis family to me. But I think it's cool that Don Callis comes out there and he says, "Okay, well, two of the family members are going to wrestle each other on Revolution. It'll be Will Ospreay versus Takeshita." So if Will Ospreay does show up tonight, I think it would be really neat for him to come out and say, "Wait a minute, I never said I was part of Don Callis family. I am not part of Don Callis family. So quit saying that I am, and I'll whoop your dude while I'm at it." To teach you a
exactly.
lesson. So
Awesome.
a match with 0 heat for a pay-per-view is a little, I don't know if it's not done right. And I don't, if this match doesn't have any heat, it could be weird.
A yawn fest. Yeah, you got to bring something to the table before the pay-per-view.
Absolutely. Okay, I need a water break real quick. Sorry.
No problem.
All right. Our weather has went drastic today. It started off really warm. We were in the 70s early this afternoon, and then we got some storms in, and then it dropped to like 58 within like an hour and a half. So
okay,
my sinuses are not happy about it.
I can imagine.
All right, another thing here. We have Hangman Adam Page addresses his Revolution status. They showed him after last week hopping on one, holding his knee or something like that in the back, and him shooing away doctors, saying everybody's fine. And then Fightful Select reported that it's just part of the storyline, so he's not actually hurt, but in reality, he might be going through some personal issues, and that might be the reason why he has to miss. So what do you think's going on here? Do you?
I heard it's more personal, and they use the angle for him to kind of bow out of this match, which now can make me think like, how is Swerve not going to get the title now? Because now you don't have that third person.
That buffer's not there. I remember last week we talked about how Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland is going to just cancel each other out and make Joe just swoop in, grab the victory, and then, drift back out. And then eventually Swerve Strickland getting to re-challenge Joe without Hangman Page being in the way and finally getting his victory.
Like I had Page beat and you came in out of nowhere and, rolled me up and got a quick 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Versus now, without him, like there's no way you can have Swerve lose clean in a one-on-one match after you built him up this much, this hard. Like it would look horrible.
Yeah.
Unless you have Page come in and interfere or something. But there's no way it could be like he just, chokes him out and gets a clean one.
Right.
Like, what are you doing? Like, you've built this guy up to this extent. You've eliminated that third angle now with no Page. Like, I'm sorry. I mean, you'd have to give the Joe a very short title reign and Swerve gets it right here and now, or Page or somebody has to interfere. Maybe Prince Nana turns on him, something. There's got to be an angle here where he gets screwed.
Do you think that they can both crown a new champion and let it get the recognition it deserves and be able to give Sting his flowers all in the same night without one overshadowing the other. Do you think that's possible?
Yeah, because the Sting match, obviously I don't see them coming out as champions. I mean, Sting's gonna have to hand the belt over. I mean, unless they do an angle where he retires the belts and forfeits them after they win, which would be fine too. But either way, I don't think having Swerve win would diminish Sting's, last match. I really don't. I think Sting's flowers are going to be there no matter what because, he's the icon.
Yeah. And speaking of Sting, we'll move right into Sting. And this will be his final Dynamite as a AEW roster member. Tony Khan did say that he might appear every once in a while here and there, but this will be his final Dynamite as actually part of the roster. What did you think of his promo last week? Being a longtime Sting fan, I'm sure.
I think it was awesome. I mean, he spoke from his heart. I think he was very direct. And at the end of the day, Sting is Sting. He's been through stuff. He's a good dude. I got a lot of respect for him. He's going out on his own accord. And thank God he still can go a little bit. He still can move. Not like watching Flair's last match was like one of the most horrific things I've seen. I'd rather watch Orange Cassidy wrestle. Like, that was rough. That Flair Andrade, that was horrible.
That was awful. No one should have allowed that to happen.
No.
That dude almost died in that ring several times. But yes, Sting is obviously has been healthy enough to wrestle, and he's been, I would say that this AEW run has been really great for Sting. If you can only name on one hand that AEW has done right, and there's a lot of things that AEW has done right, and I'm not saying that they're terrible or anything, but one of the shining things about AEW that they have done is that they have given the respect that Sting deserves and has treated him like the true legend that he is, and his run within the company the past couple years has just been absolutely incredible, and I'm really glad that Tony Khan gave that to him and let him leave on his own terms. Beautiful.
Preach. And they never had him do any stupid angles.
No.
In another weird character or anything like that. They kept him who he was, and they let him go, on top again with dignity. And they treated first class. They treated him the way, someone like him should be treated. Like, I'm very proud of Tony, how he didn't, ruin his image.
In my opinion, Sting has always been great, but he's never been able to really personally, and he's always been a good promo too, and I'm not saying he hasn't, but he's never really opened himself up enough to let you get personal with him, like, and see him like as a person, except for his Hall of Fame speech. So his promo last week was probably his best, in my opinion, ever that I remember. It was very personal. Of course, his dad passing away recently, condolences to his family, by the way, for that. And he connected with the fans that I don't think he ever has before. So that was a really neat side of Sting, I guess you'd say, to be able to see. Obviously we're very sad about his dad passing away, but regardless of that. And of course his sons also has been part of this angle too. So,
and his sons are jacked. Like, I'm surprised they don't wrestle. Or are they wrestling, or are they trying to?
I don't know. Have no idea. I haven't read anything.
Both look like they could go. They have the look.
Yeah, but sometimes.
They both look like they definitely are not missing the gym. They both look big. So
all right. Before we move on, we will get to some comments. Christine is saying that Willow and Jade made an appearance on a cooking show that she watches. That's cool. Shane says, I'm looking forward to Will Ospreay. I want to see a triple threat match. Ospreay, Swerve, and Hangman Page. That would be nuts.
That would be crazy.
Sorry.
Okay.
Randy says, I would like them to bring James Storm and get with Adam Page.
No.
I
Paige,
don't know.
that Magnum PI mustache thing. That looks horrible.
I know he needs to grow his beard back and
grow the beard back.
shave the mustache.
Yeah, one or the other, but no. Like the Tom Selleck look's got to go.
AEW needs to put Switchblade in the title picture. So sick of the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. Oh my gosh, I hate that group so much.
And the opposite of what I said about Willow, seeing Jay White being a face is horrible. He's no.
I think he would be okay if he wasn't in with something silly like the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn.
He just makes such an outstanding heel.
I know he does. It's very weird.
Yeah, his heel is a 10, his face is like a 5. I'm sorry. Great guy. I'm with you, Shane. I love Switchblade, but no, this face thing, Scissor Gang is, oh my god, that's bathroom break gang. I leave for that. Yeah,
and it's kind of sad because I like Jay White, I like the Gun Club, I like Juice Robinson, who's I think is hurt right now, so he's not there. I like the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn, but I don't like all those people together. Jay White shouldn't be doing anything silly. The Acclaimed can get by with silly. Jay White cannot get by with silly.
No, it looks awkward and forced.
Yes. Randy says that Flair helped the Young Bucks because I think he means the dirtiest player.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that can happen.
As long as he doesn't get in the ring and try to wrestle, I'm okay.
That was good. The fact that those two idiots attacked his kids was terrible. The Young Bucks are stupid. Sting is truly an icon and a legend. Agree. And Harry says that Sting's sons are football players and they may be heading to the ring. See, he's in the know. He knows a lot more than I do. So
okay,
if Harry says it's pretty legit. And Bang Bang is awful. I agree with y'all. Timothy, what is this mess that you are saying?
What? I can't see the.
Bang Scissors Gang are more entertaining than Toni Storm.
Oh, this is where me and Tim have a huge disconnect. Toni Storm is phenomenal. She's timeless. How do you like Toni Storm? I think is crazy. I love Jamie Hayter, but Toni Storm is phenomenal.
Yes. I'm looking for something specific. There it is.
Girl.
No. Okay. Last, but certainly not least.
You saved the best for last.
I saved the best for last. I'm so excited about this. I cannot.
When Apple headlines one of these, I have to be on the show.
I can't believe. Oh my gosh. This I thought I got chills. I thought this only existed in my dreams.
This is your moment.
Okay. Everybody knows that Eddie Kingston's my favorite, but on the other side, FTR is my favorite tag team of all time. I'm just going to go ahead and admit it. I think they're the best. I think that their names can even be held up in honor with some of the greats from the past. Okay, they're just not the great of this generation. I think they are a great of all time. Fantastic. Great. I love them so much. So, you get your very, very favorite tag team of all time and your very, very favorite singles wrestler / person in the wrestling business of all time in the ring together, tag teaming against 3 people that you just have a lot of fun just trolling and hating on because they're always, going after your favorites. So, of course, you have to troll them, right? You have to throw some shade. So I'm very excited about this match. I think it's going to be great. And I can probably see, though, in all reality, the Blackpool Combat Club winning this because I kind of see the other two winning at the pay-per-view. So what do you think?
This would be like the New Day and Adam Cole teaming up.
Oh, for you?
For me, this would be like that. I would lose my mind. I thought of you. I was like, oh my God, Marie's probably losing her mind right now. So I was like, I heard you screaming from way over there. I was like, oh God, here we go.
I saw it. I saw it at like 1:00 in the morning, and I started texting people. I'm like, I know they're asleep, but so
I was like, wow, oh my goodness.
I wish they waited a week. They could have done this, next Thursday, but I'll take it. I'm not going to argue.
I think it's gonna be a phenomenal match. It's gonna live up to everything. I definitely see the BCC winning because Eddie's always the underdog.
Yep.
And can't give him the win on the pay-per-view and have him win now. So he's got to, come back from this, defeat. And I can see him losing clean, getting pinned by Daniel, one of these guys, clean, and then, obviously making his return. But it's going to be a phenomenal match. I love FTR. I think, like you said, one of the best teams ever, by far.
I see Eddie being the one to take the pin, and maybe not by Danielson, but maybe by Claudio.
Yeah.
And then Danielson is on the side just, like, rolling in laughter.
Yeah.
Like,
wow, wait till I get in the ring. Yeah, 100%.
Right. Oh, you lost in this little silly tag team match. Wait till it's just the two of us. I have no respect for you. And he'll just go off on that. So it's going to be really great storytelling.
Amen.
Oh, here we go. Timothy.
Here we go.
I knew you were going to do it, so I waited until this moment to play this clip.
Fight me! Fight me! Fight me! Fight me! Fight me! Don't fight me!
That's the best clip in the whole world.
Where's my Adam Cole clip? I haven't gotten that all day.
What's wrong with me?
There we go.
Shame on me.
Thank you.
So, yeah, that's going to be a great match.
Great match. I think that's going to be that's the highlight of that card.
Absolutely.
Yeah. For those who need bathroom breaks, I think the Orange Cassidy match would be a good time to go. Enjoy the rest of the card.
Right.
Hold your blood. Then the minute they announce Orange, I say, oh, you know what? Too much water, got to go. That's perfect. You want to go look for a snack? That's the time. Stretch your legs.
That's the time to do it. See, I want to have some time before I get home from church, like 30 minutes or so. Maybe they can play that match while I'm trying to get home.
There you go. So, start that first while you're coming home.
Well, Orange Cassidy always starts the show anyway, so.
Perfect. So I'll start watching it at 8:15. That's perfect.
So I'm going to really fast just go through the Revolution card, like just go down the line, and then we can just talk about it overall. Because tomorrow night, guys, Alora and I will be together on Peaches and Power Bombs, and we will break down the card match by match then. But right now, we'll just talk about the overall pay-per-view itself. Okay. So headlining is Sting's last match. Darby Allin and Sting versus the Young Bucks for the AEW Tag Team Championship. And it is a tornado tag match, so all kinds of crazy is going to happen in that. We have the AEW World Championship with Hangman Adam Page so far versus Samoa Joe, the champion, versus Swerve Strickland. We have the AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm, the champion, defends against Deonna Purrazzo. AEW International Championship. We have Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong, which unless somehow they just decide to pull a crazy and Nick Wayne win, I don't see that happening, though.
Neither do I.
Okay, for the Continental Crown Championship, we have my boy Eddie Kingston defending against Bryan Danielson. And then we have the TNT Championship, and the champion Christian Cage defending against Daniel Garcia. And I have a prediction about how that's going to go that might be a little outside the box, but I'm going to wait until tomorrow to reveal that.
I definitely gotta watch your show because I don't want to hear this.
Okay. We also have Will Ospreay versus Takeshita. And then we have the weirdest match name that I've ever seen in my entire life. We have the Meat Madness match. I'm guessing this replaced, they're not doing the Face of the Revolution ladder match this year. That's odd.
That is odd.
Anyway, the Meat Madness match, and it's Lance Archer versus Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs, with the whole crowd just going like this.
Big meaty man slapping meat.
I guess. And then, of course, FTR versus the BCC, Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. So how do you feel about that card?
The meat match I could do without.
Yeah.
I love Danny Garcia. I don't see him winning, but it would be nice. Like I said about Swerve, that's my guy. It's a good card. I mean, it's going to be really, I said, a lot of hype there. At least a lot of these matches have story build-up, which I like too. These
yes.
Randoms.
I think the past couple pay-per-views, the show has always been pretty decent, but once you're the lead up to the shows haven't always been great, and they don't always look great on paper either. I think this pay-per-view actually looks great on paper from top to bottom.
Yeah, it looks.
The meat match, the name of it can go away, but the match itself with the competitors can stay.
Yeah.
I don't want to throw shade on Wardlow or Lance Archer or Powerhouse Hobbs, because all three of those guys are really great. So
they're great. I don't discard them for anything, but that get rid of the name of that match. That's just, I don't know.
Christine says, I would love to see FTR and Eddie win, but I agree that BCC will probably win. Yes.
I agree.
Harry is asking if Alora and I are going live for Revolution. We are not. I'm going to be with my dad, and we're going to have a little Revolution party. So I'm going to be busy hanging out with my family. But we will be live tomorrow night, and we're going to talk about the Elimination Chamber, and we're going to go over the Revolution card as well. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on Peaches and Power Bombs. Bryan and Eddie is going to be a heck of a match. I agree with that. And that stupid dance of Garcia's has got to go. I kind of like it.
I like the dance. I'm sorry. For first disagreement, I like the dance.
Sometimes, silliness, and this is not just overall over the top silly. This is just a little pinch of silly.
Just a tad, just a drop.
And it's okay.
It is.
All right, Ray.
Well,
we got through that card.
Awesome. I can't wait.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Once again, thank you so much for joining me.
I appreciate it again. You guys can vote for me again. Maybe week 3. Who knows?
We'll have to see how it goes.
We'll have to see. Your votes count. But that's good card. Thank God, good weather and no interruptions. So this was good.
Absolutely.
My ears will be burning when I'm watching FTR and Eddie. I'll be like, oh my God, Marie's probably jumping up and down doing cards.
Yes.
Enjoy your moment. Enjoy. I respect it. I understand it.
Thank you so much.
When the Orange Cassidy match goes, I say, hey, I'm sure Ray's probably getting water, going to the bathroom, maybe doing some light cleaning, washing some dishes. He's doing something.
You're right.
So
it's not always bad. Sometimes I enjoy an Orange Cassidy match. It just depends on how it goes.
It's like a cavity fill. No, it's not really fun. It's not fun at all.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And As always, I am here every Wednesday afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern, previewing AEW Dynamite. So keep tuning in. Thank you for your support. See you later. Bye.